So I'm happy to confirm that the 2024 US men's national basketball team will be in NBA 2K25. So naturally, I hopped on to learn 2K to mess around with a lot of their animations, and in particular, I wanted to look at their different go-to shots to potentially see which of these elite animations for these top basketball players in the world are worth using in NBA 2K25. And as you see from these clips right here, these go-to shots add another dimension to shot creation. Different players have different types of combos that go along with different types of shot gathers. There are different types of launches, side-to-side movements, forward pressure, and backward pressure that will add to your shot creation bag. So in this video, we're going to take a look at which of the Team USA Avengers has the best go-to shots in the game. And let's start with the chef himself, Steph Curry. And the reason why I like his go-to shots is because it adds a lot of forward pressure and side-to-side movement that you can launch out of at any time to punish defenders. Next, we've got LeBron James, and this one might not be a favorite for a lot of people just because of how rhythmic and slow it is, but I've used it in game. Let me tell you, it's super smooth, and the added green window bonus for go-to shots will help make this an easier shot. Okay, now we have Jason Tatum, the cover athlete, and I love his nice between the legs dribble. And even though a lot of these are slow setups, don't forget that with expanded left stick dribbles, explosive launches, you can use these dribble combos to change pace and attack your defender. So here is the first look at how deep go-to shots are. Anthony Edwards has two different types of go-to shots, which are activated whether you are in a triple threat position or in a dribbling position. And there are some players that actually have more than two. It depends on the context of where you are on the floor. If the ball is in your left hand, in your right hand, are you dribbling, are you stationary? So these are the different types of factors that go into determining what go-to shot you receive. And if you know me, I've been a Devin Booker guy in 2K for a while now, and this right here, look at how shifty he gets. Look at that hezi. You can cancel out of it at any time and burst into a crossover, get into those Devin Booker leaners, and his go-to shot while dribbling the ball is a little bit more rhythmic, a little bit slower, nice forward pressure into that side hop jumper. But in my opinion, this one might be my favorite so far. That retreating step, for example, if they give you space, go ahead and hoist that one up. And then you see a lot of hezis, a lot of shiftiness that can catch your defender off guard and burst out of different crossover cancels. This one isn't necessarily my favorite, but it does add a little forward pressure and side-to-side movement. Anytime a go-to shot combo has different directions, you want to make sure that you take advantage of its shiftiness. So for Tyrese Halliburton, it's this nice between the legs dribble. Once again, just take a look at how he moves his body around, different types of shimmies, different types of shifty moves with his body that, you can lull your defender to sleep. It's a misdirection hop jumper moving backwards, so you can counter with a crossover going forward if they commit, or you can just initially crossover launch out of that first tween hezi. So these are the options you get out of your go-to shots. Don't underestimate them just because they look slow, but this one right here, the Jrue Holiday one, not necessarily my favorite. It's more stationary than I'd like. I want to see go-to shots that have a little bit more dynamism to it. That means movement in different directions, changes in speed. This one's just gonna be easy to defend just because you're staying in place. So for Derek White, it's nice forward movement, but it's a pull-up jumper. I'd love for this to be a little bit of a hop jumper or maybe a fadeaway. This one basically leads you to your defender, and without creating any separation, this might not be one of the better ones. In fact, Jrue Holiday and Derek White perhaps has some of the worst ones. For bigs, this is one of my favorites. Joel Embiid has this nice launch into a counter step back fadeaway, and with Joel Embiid's height and his ratings from the mid-range and even from the three-point line, you're gonna force defenders to want to close out on you. And with slow bigs with low agility, then it's gonna be time to counter that with a crossover. So for KD, I'm a little bit mixed here with this basic go-to shot. It moves you forward a lot, sure, but when you're starting from a three-point line, it moves you too forward. Now you're in the paint, and basically these long dribble sequences have a tendency to get bumped, and if steals are as good as they were in NBA 2K24, you are in trouble. So again, another underrated go-to shot for bigs. Why I like it is that there's a lot of side-to-side movement. Some hezzies right there signaling that maybe you can burst out of it. So you want these to be dynamic. And for Bam Adebayo, as you can see, a lot of side-to-side movement out of those dribble animations. You can potentially launch into a crossover. Bam loves to get into those nice midi fades. So this is potentially something you can use if you want to shot create as a big. So there you have it. I'm pretty excited about the inclusion of the 2024 Avengers in NBA 2K25. I'm hoping that the Dream Team might be in it, though I'm not keeping my hopes up. I'm hoping that the Redeem Team might also be in it because I think the 2024 Olympic team is actually better than the Redeem Team, but hey, there's only one way to find out, right? And that's what 2K is for. So once again, I'd like to thank 2K for flying me out to Springfield, Massachusetts on Community Day to test NBA 2K25 early. I'd also like to shout out specifically Wayne from 2K Singapore. He's been a big supporter of the pro play movement and the way I create content, so thank you very much once again to 2K for sending me out to Community Day to give you these early looks at gameplay that honestly you might not get anywhere else, but the chef is here for you. So I hope you've been enjoying the coverage. I promise I got more to show off soon.